What's up YouTube, Dale here from Zephyr, and today I'm bringing you some commentary from a live duel at Locals. So this is the sneak peek weekend. On the left we have Mimighouls, and on the right we have Mermail Atlanteans. Now we're going to be starting off with the Mimighouls dropping that all-important Shifter. It's actually quite interesting between these two decks, as Shifter is like a very big deterrent for the Mermail strategy. As you can see, it's pretty much gone thrust into the Ice Jade Argerine, but then on top of that as well is the Mermail player is also playing Dominus Impulse, which is a great counter to Mimighouls because they're all Earths. So if he does activate Impulse from the hand, he can't use Earth effects, which means he can't trigger the Mimighouls when they're summoned. So they activate Thrust, they get the brand new track card, which is basically, I think it's like tribute off a fish, sea serpent, or an aqua, and pop 2. On the opposite side, we start off with what looks like 2 fairies, which is the brand new Mimighoul monster, which isn't ideal, but it's one of the ones that if you control I think if your opponent controls more cards than you do, or the same cards you do, you special summon down the second copy. So obviously he's gone down into Mimighoul Master, which gets hit with an Ash Blossom because the Mimighoul Master would search, and then in retaliation we go for a Talons and decide to draw 2. The Mimighoul Master is pretty cool, but it needs face down monsters on the field, and it targets face up cards on the field and destroys them and then burns your opponent for 1 each. So it looks like we drew a Mimighoul monster that they've given to their opponent. We're going to activate the Mimighoul Master's effect, which will attempt to destroy the Argerine. The Argerine will probably tag out at this point, and keep in mind that we're still under Shifter. So we're going to be tagging the Argerine out, which allows you to, I think it banishes. Yeah, it banishes the Mimighoul Master in retaliation. Does that not still then resolve to destroy? Oh my god, he drew a unicorn off of the Talents. Disgusting. So the reason that you play the Kashtira package is because you're giving your opponent monsters that trigger effects, so you can control the rip from the extra deck, which is absolutely insane. So we're going to be searching out Birth. I do still quite like the idea of playing at least one Kashtira in this deck. Obviously Birth is the ideal one because it will just constantly keep giving you resource, but I still like the idea of a Theosis in this deck. So Unicorn's going to attack into the face down. The face down is going to be Archfiend. So I don't know why the Archfiend is destroyed, right? So we banished the SP when an effect was activated. Why was the Archfiend destroyed? Wouldn't it flip and then trigger? Maybe I missed something. So we've gone back into a turn. It looks like he's opened up Minstrel. Minstrel gets to look at his opponent's hand, rips the Ash Blossom away straight away, which means the Neptibus is going to be completely free. And it looked like there was a Birth and a Talons. I'm assuming the reason the Birth wasn't activated was because at that exact moment in time there wasn't a lot done. It looks like Unicorn has just ripped a Toad from the extra deck. And then out comes Neptibus. From this point on, the Mermails are going to pretty much just go off. Like that's where the Ash Blossom is would have been massively helpful, but then that's where Minstrels become so important. Like the fact that the matter is the Mermails can hand rip is absolutely insane, and the new support cards are actually fairly decent. Like you don't need to play loads of them, so you can kind of minimize your bricks, but you play like 3 of the guard, and then you can play like 1 or 2 of the secret, I believe, or I think at least this list is. It's mainly Neptibus that you need to get access to if you didn't already have the old cards. Dragoons has had I think it's like an original print as a super, an OTS print as an ultimate rare, and an OTS print as a common, so not so hard to get hold of. Some people do choose to play Diva as well as one of your other starters, but Neptibus is just the ideal one, basically. So I think they're just thinking on their targets. They've already added the Mooning Glacier, which is the monster that basically lets you rip your opponent's hand for 2, which is again disgusting. But the idea is you'll constantly keep sending water monsters from the hand, you're summoning from the deck. Like it can really struggle against certain hand traps, like the new Molchummy and the old one. But the idea is that now they've got some pretty decent powerhouses on the board. They just need to be able to deal with the Unicorn. So it looks like Dragoons is being summoned to the board as well at this point. They've got a brand new Link 3 monster as well, which I suppose is probably one way to out cards. They've also got a new XYZ, and then of course they've got their own rank 7 board negator, you name it. So there's a lot going on. There's also the trap card along the back row still. So Coral Animine, this is going to allow you to bring back a 1500 or less attack monster. So, and I think Neptubis, one of the cards isn't a hard once per turn because they're quite old cards, which is what I always remember about the deck, is the deck was just insane for being able to play. Like, they have cards that when they're discarded via war effects, they pop cards. They've got cards that so pop with back row, pop front row. So I think it's like artillery and guardsman. I think is the guardsman's the right name. But like I said, I've never played Mermails myself, but I know players that do it. Zelantis, gotta love Zelantis, especially when you get into a waterlock, and you banish and you can't bring it back because you're waterlocked. It's really funny, and that's pretty much what we've done here. So we know there's a Talents, we know there's a Birth. They're going to be taking an Argerine and a Zelantis direct to the face, which is like nearly 6k, I think. If not, I think it's like 5-5. And we've got Birth. So Birth is going to bring back the Unicorn. Unicorn. So this is why I like the idea of playing a Cash to Furiosis, because it's like, okay, Unicorn activate, get Furiosis. Like with the Mimighouls, you're pretty much locking yourself into it. Like you're only really playing XYZs anyway. So obviously they've gone with a pop, so they clear off everything. This doesn't make much of a difference. No monster effect has been activated. They know there's a Talents. Did he get his Ash back to his hand? Because I'm pretty sure Minstrel just brings it back. Yeah, I think he did. Activate Mimighoul Room, which basically lets him summon one to his opponent's board in face down defense. Oh, it looks like he summoned Dragon to his board instead, which is fine. Dragon to search out, a follow up. And this is all during his opponent's turn, so he's not really got anything. Has he gone for Mimighoul Dungeon, which is a good one to go for? We should surely he's not going to go for the Mooning Glacier. No, so he reflips the Argerine. That's what the room does, sorry. So it's flip one of your opponent's face down and then summon one to either field. So we went with Dragon, which gives him a bit of defense and searches out room for the follow-up. The question is if you go Mooning Glacier or not, whether it's worth it. Personally not, but just for the pure fact that you lose your battle phase. Or is it like the next battle phase? I mean, basically it just means you can't OTK or finish the game off at that point. So we've activated a Thrust to get the Maker, so I'm assuming turns changed back, right? But I don't know why maybe this was after the attack. So we're going to Maker, we're going to reveal the brand new Slime and Archfiend. Obviously Slime is, when it's flipped, it returns to your board or switches to board and then lets you summon a Mimighoul from the deck. So it's like a free extender, which is really nice. And then obviously we all know Archfiend is flip your opponent, as in the person that owns the card at that moment in time, discards a card. Oh, there we go. So there's Mimighoul Slime. We're going to go into the new XYZs. No, so he goes into the Crime and Punishment to flip one up, which flips up the Archfiend, which basically rips one from his opponent's hand, gives him back the Archfiend, and draws a card. I'm pretty sure Archfiend comes in defense. Don't think you change his battle position. Maybe this is where you need there probably needs to be a Typhon in that extra deck, to be honest. I don't think he was playing a Typhon from what I remember, but you could probably very easily add the Typhon in. Because I'm pretty sure, oh no, Archfiend's like 0 attack, but being able to upgrade some of your Mimighouls might be quite helpful. You don't always want to leave them on the board. He's still got the Crime Punishment, which was flipping everything out. I'm just trying to think how he's getting past the Archery. Oh, he used Talents to steal. Is this enough for game? No. Oh, he didn't have Dungeon. Oh, wait. Dungeon got banished. When did Dungeon get banished? Okay, so he's going to make a link summon. The Archery can actually bring itself back as well, which is really funny. And I think you forgot about that. SP's effect. I would banish the Synchro. Because that Synchro just floats. It's really annoying. Trying to remember what it does. I think it's like if your opponent banishes a card, it brings itself back. And I think that's the part that he's missing. I think he's just reading all of the new Mermails, thinking that they're going to be a massive threat, but doesn't actually read the Synchro, which is exactly what's going to bite him in the arse. Yeah, there you go. Synchro comes back. Ugh, pain in the Glavens. No way has he got a call by the grave. Or is he yeah, he's just run into it. Ripperunio. You need both the crimes and punishments in order to make the embodiments, in order to make them attack. Be forced to attack and take the damage, so it's literally just going to be battle phase and then swing over the SP. Oh my god, normal summon Ash Blossom. What is going on? I'm pretty sure it will trigger if you try to use SP. So I'm curious as to where he's going to try and take this now. I mean, access code, maybe? I don't know. Is that going to work? He's going for something. He's going for... What is that? Oh, IP Masquerino. What? Is that IP? No, Almirage. Oh, he's going to the Heat Soul combo. Okay. What was the other Cyvers? Maybe I missed one. Oh, sorry. So he went into IP and then he turned the Ash Blossom into Almirage and then went into the Heat Soul to draw a card. Go. He can't have much life points left now, right? Like, he's taken the Atlantis to the face. He's taken an Ice Jade to the face. And he's taken 1,000 off of the Heat Soul. And then he's going to get attacked by the Heat Soul as well. Yeah, not reading that Synchro in the grave is really what's gonna cost on this one, I'm afraid. Synchro is actually really kind of cool. I remember Rob was playing it in Sword Soul during Cash Terror format, and it was quite annoying because it was like every time you tried to use a cash, it would cause issues. So scooping up, going into game 2. I think the writing was on the wall on that one. Who's going first, I wonder? Oh no, Mimighoul. So Mimighoul went first and has bricked a little bit, but has opened up Shifter, so decided to shave the Shifter for his opponent's turn, which is interesting because it does run into a Thrust, but then because you don't control any monsters, if he did have a Thrust, it would only be able to set the card. So I suppose it's a bit of a give and a take. Now the question is, how well can Mermails play under Shifter? Like, can they OTK? Evidently not. It's set 1, and is that a set 1 pass? Yeah, set 1 pass, mate. Shifter is just... no, it's really... It looks like either it's someone's going to have to... Oh, Mimighoul Charm. You don't want to be hard opening that. It gives his opponent one of the Mimighouls. I didn't quite see which one it is. I think it's Fairy, which Fairy stops your opponent activating monster effects in the hand, I think. When it's little, you can't summon from the hand. And then pass his turn. So, activates the equip spell, which summons the guards from the hand. Ditching a guards. Oh, we open up double guards. Not ideal. Guards effect gets hit with an Ash Blossom. I don't think either of them have opened up too well on this one. Talents to draw. Oh, okay. Digging to try and unlock his plays. Minstrel, normal summon. Not ideal, but it is still a normal summon. I think Guards is like a level 2, level 3 or level 2. I don't think it's a level 4. I could be wrong. This isn't still under Shifter, is it? No, this isn't under Shifter. So they've kind of passed through routine. It is quite funny to see like the talents wars, like both players playing talents, both players playing thrust. I am very surprised though in the previous match when they used thrust that they didn't. I mean, I suppose if you're setting impulse, it's not ideal. You want to add the impulse because you want to activate it from hand to lock them out of Earths, which is where it becomes more effective for the Mermail player, because if you lock them out of Earths, then half of the Mimighoul play kind of like stunts itself. Anyway, so we've gone into Coral. Coral's revived the Minstrel. We've still got this face down, which obviously without Dungeon, it doesn't force you to flip it. Like with Dungeon, you're kind of forced to flip it if you want to normal summon. But then without Dungeon in rotation, you don't really kind of mind or care, basically. You're just like, okay, well, that will stay there. I don't want to be flipping it, because if I flip it, then I'm only going to give my opponent resource. So, where's Dragoons come from? Does Dragoons get specialed? Because you normal summon Minstrel, right? I'm hoping that's not a double normal summon, but I could be wrong. I don't. Again, I don't know the cards off the top of my head. What they actually are. Maybe you guys will let me know in the comments. But you definitely normal summon Minstrel, unless Minstrel special summoned itself. Thrust. Oh, because of Ash. And then he tries to add the impulse, and I say you can't add the impulse. That gets caught in a minute. Because he misread Thrust for the Thrust was if your opponent controls a card, it's not as if your opponent controls a monster. Otherwise, Thrust would be broken. And then obviously that would change the whole state of this entire game. Yeah, there we go. So the impulse gets set. Special summon down Fenrir. That's a good top deck. Fenrir's effect, searching out Unicorn, gets hit with the Imperm. Nice. Mimighoul Fork, which makes him either flip that monster or he sends the monster to the grave and the Mimighoul player will draw 2. So flip it, which will trigger it and give him an extender, or he sends it and draws 2. So he flips it, gives it an extender. What? Why are you looking at the extra deck? That's Fenrir. I'm 100% sure that's Fenrir, right? Oh, he's using Charm, sorry. I thought it was Fenrir. I was like, I thought they were trying to do a Fenrir. I was like, what are you doing? So he gets the brand new XYZ and he gets the Charm, which is why I quite like, the Fairy, which is why I quite like the idea of the Charm. I think it's a little bit funny. So like there was a previous match that day where they activated Charm, but you randomly choose, and then when you randomly choose, you have to summon it if it can be, and he got forced to summon Princess, which was really funny because it fire locked him, and there was nothing else he could really do. So that was quite interesting. He did ask the question, is there anything in your extra deck that could lock me? And he was like, no. It's mad that Fenrir has done this. Like, within reach. Because, like, Fenrir attempt to search. Well, it's not just Fenrir that's done this, but Fenrir and Fork was pretty good. Like, Fork to force the flip is awesome. So going into the Mimighoul. Oh, he looks like he's scooping it up. Because you go into the Mimighoul, there's enough attack on board, like Fenrir banishes and then goes from there. So moving to game 3. Now, unfortunately, I have seen the Mermail hand on this one. It was 2 Dragoons and 2 Ashes. So he's got interruptions and an Imperm, but nothing else. So we start off with Unicorn. Unicorn just gets swiftly met with an Imperm. Normal summon Dragon. Dragon gets hit with the Ash Blossom. This is going to be rapid fire because it's... Can the Mimighoul play under all of it? And it looks like they're going to give a Mimighoul to his opponent. They're going to set 2 cards and pass. Top deck, I don't think it was anything special. I think it was something just as bad. So, normal summon Dragoons. Oh, it was Mooning Glacier. Dragoons attacks the dragon. Activate Room. Chain the second Ash Blossom. Nothing's happening there. Dragoons goes through to try and kill the dragon. He's obviously going to use Unicorn because obviously they're moving a little bit fast now. Hits out the SP. Dragon dies. There's still that set card along that back row. Draw 1 card. Unicorn effect to search. That's going to go into Birth. You're going to activate Birth. Again, this is why I think Theoresis is a good one of. So, at this moment in time, you don't really need Birth. It's not going to give you much advantage unless you're going to link off. Normal Dragon. No third Ash Blossom on this one. So, curious as to which one they go for. Whether it be Dungeon, Maker, or even Fork. Fork can give you a draw. So, it goes for Maker. And then, I like Maker as a card, but it is very risky. Because it's like... I mean, now you've got more Mimighouls. You've got more of a variety. And you've got more cards that you don't mind summoning. But there are times when you're just like, okay, you want them to have Archfiend, and you want to be able to get an Archfiend. But then I suppose in this scenario as well, it's like, okay, well, you want them to get Slime, and you get Archfiend, because then you'll be able to go Archfiend, flip the Slime, Slime comes to your board, and then go from there. So we got Slime. Was it Slime that he got? I'm pretty sure he got Slime. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Slime. And then overlay into Maker. Yeah, Maker's going to be able to use this effect. So, Maker's effect lets him search. Not Maker, sorry. Giant. I actually really like Giant. I think it's a great card for the deck. Something that they were definitely missing. Grab the Dungeon. Activate the Dungeon. I'm assuming Dungeon's effect to search at some point. Yeah. Don't think they normal... Oh, no, normal summon Dragon, didn't they? So we've gone for Fairy, because Fairy lets you special summon it, which is what the new ones give you, which is insane. As long as you control Mimighoul, you special summon it down. Special Slime, Special Fairy, which is just going to help you get into your rank plays. Going to be using the effect of the Master to detach, because they control 2 face downs. They can pop 2 face up, so they pop Unicorn and pop Dragoons. They're going to use Birth to bring back the Unicorn and burn his opponent for 2k. And then the Mimighouls can attack directly. They won't get the attack boost because they were summoned that turn. But being able to overlay now, you're just going to, like... Oh, well, there you go. The Crime and Punishment, flip them both face up. They're going to go to his board, and then you swing for OTK. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, as absolutely always, stay safe and happy dueling.